What is up, y'all? Kevin Kuhn here from Athlete Factors. This is the Athlete Factors podcast. My guest today is Hannah Dimmick. How are you this morning?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Not too bad. So, you were a previous guest. We talked all about Red S and a little bit about some of the stuff that you're currently studying, but saw some posts recently where you were asking people for their Garmin data. So thought I'd have you back on to, give everybody a little pitch, if you will, about why they should hook you up. So have at it.
Thank you for the opportunity to hopefully get some more subjects here. So I did misspeak a little bit in my original post. We can do Garmin and Fitbit. So if you do have a Fitbit
Cool.
as well, we're happy to have you in the database. Our system works great with that. The program I'm a part of is really cool. It's called the We-TRAC program, which is Wearable Technology Research and Collaboration Initiative. It started here at the University of Calgary. So we're pretty excited about it. We're trying to start this huge wearable technology research program. It's obviously one of the fastest growing fields in the world. A whole bunch of stuff that people are starting to do with wearable tech right now, and the potential is obviously vast. I mean, we've got people collecting data on themselves every day, and might as well put it to use is kind of what we're thinking. The specific project that I'm about to start working on does relate to specifically the Garmin running dynamics pods and the chest-based heart rate monitors. So if you have one of those, I'm time sensitive, interested in getting your data. But if you have any Garmin or Fitbit, we would love to use it in a research project in the future. So if you sign up now, that would be great, even if you don't have those specific devices. It's a really easy process. It's a website that hopefully Kevin will post in the show notes maybe, but it's We-TRAC, WETRAC.ucalgary.ca. And if you visit that, it walks you through the whole thing. You can just sign up as a general citizen scientist, and it will take your Garmin account data and it'll pull from a couple years back, as well as updating whenever you continue to collect data on yourself, and you never have to do anything again. It'll just do the rest of the work for you. So it's a pretty easy way to get involved in some research.
Awesome. So can you give us some specifics about your specific research project, about kind of what are some of the things that you're looking at? And
so one of the guys in my lab, Dr. Christian Claremont, he previously did a study looking at marathon runners, and he was using a device called the Lumo Run, which has since gone bankrupt. They were bought out. Sorry, I should not say that they went bankrupt. But they are not in business anymore, unfortunately. But the Lumo Run was a back-based pod, and it gathered several biomechanical metrics, and he followed people over the course of a marathon, and he showed that the more variation there was in those biomechanical metrics, basically the more that your form varied over the course of the marathon, the worse your performance was. So the people that had lower variability in their stride over the course of the marathon performed better in terms of age graded times. So that really interested me. I'm trying to work with that from the Garmin side now, kind of see some other directions we can go with analyzing over time and how that ties in with biomechanics and whether we can capture that with wearable data. I mean, the wearable tech opens a lot of doors. Trying to get someone to run hours on end in a treadmill where you can analyze them with 3D gate cameras is difficult. You're not going to get a lot of volunteers. It's obviously an unnatural situation. And if you want to look at performance and injury, which is what we're hoping to look at, nobody is doing all of their runs on a treadmill anyway. You know, you're encountering elevation changes, you're encountering changes in surface, you're encountering stoplights and ice and all that kind of stuff. So even though it makes the data a little bit messier, we think it'll be a better way to look at it, to actually capture what people are experiencing in their training rather than just trying to boil it down to a very controlled lab environment.
Gotcha. So you're looking at things like ground contact time, like vertical oscillation, things like that.
Yeah. So all those things that Garmin is able to capture, we are going to take a look at to see how people change as they get tired.
That's awesome. That's super interesting to me and quite a few of my clients. One specifically who almost every day after his runs will screenshot both his ground contact time and his vertical oscillation to send to me, because that's one of the things that we've been working on correcting. Like for a while there was a huge discrepancy between ground contact time between his right and left legs, so we were trying to get some balance there, and then also working on minimizing as much vertical change as possible, just so that we're not bouncing up and down and translating more of that into horizontal movement forward, which is, I've heard, ideal. If like you're going to run, you should probably try to go forward and not try to jump up and down. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a common wisdom, I think. Some people say.
Yes. Awesome. So I think I posted about this. It was either earlier this week or last week. I've already got a few people who said they've already signed up. So hopefully that's really helpful for you.
Thank you.
I'm going to jump on it right now. I just have watch only, no chest strap, but maybe in the future you'll be able to do something with my data. Who knows?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we're trying to, like I said, just get a bunch of people involved in the database and hoping to eventually be able to study heart rate, stress levels, sleep, all that kind of stuff, how it relates to running, cycling, anything that you're collecting, we would love to be able to analyze. And obviously, the more people, the better. So yeah, we're excited about the project and the potential that it has to hopefully add another layer of information and data to what we've previously been only able to get out of a lab.
Gotcha. Well, it sounds super easy for everybody to sign up. I'll definitely include the link. And so, yeah, nobody has any excuse not to do it, right? This is super helpful, not only for you, but really the information that you're going to figure out is ultimately going to be really helpful for athletes in general, runners specifically, like injury reduction, performance increases, like everybody wins. So yeah, everybody watching and listening, hook Hannah up.
Yeah, thank you. We're hopeful that it can be make some real progress here.
Yes, I hope so. So, yeah, short and sweet podcast this week. That's a refreshing thing every once in a while. I tend to talk a lot, so I think people are going to be surprised by this one. So, Hannah, thank you so much for jumping on here, and hopefully we'll get some data for you.
Yeah, great. If anyone is encountering any errors or like has any questions about how their data is going to be used or anything else, definitely feel free to email me. My email is hannah.dimmick@ucalgary.ca. So it's hannah.dimmick@ucalgary.ca. Just another quick plug on the data security. We did have a web developer. We have a level 4 data security on this database. Your information is safe. We took every precaution. I know that that's definitely a concern, especially if you're someone that runs from your home often or puts in a lot of personal information. But don't worry, we've taken all the necessary steps to make sure you're protected.
Awesome. Well, that's got to give people a sigh of relief for sure. Awesome.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, we will stay in touch about how all of this research is going, and when you have some fun stuff to share with us, hopefully we'll get you back on, and you'll be able to share that with us sooner rather than later.
Yeah, that would be great. Thanks again for giving me the opportunity to chat a little more about it.
For sure. Alrighty, all, thanks for watching and listening. Go to the link right now and sign up, and stay tuned for next week's episode. Adios.
Yeah.